Not enough people look back on what they did and identify where they made a mistake. And some people will do it when they lose, but the true professionals do it when they win. When my dad was playing a chess game, if he won the game, he would still analyze the game and see if he could have lost, how he could have won faster, what mistakes he did make, what he did well, what he did wrong, win or lose. So many people will sit in a scenario where everything went wrong and go, correction. Not so many people. I would say 75% of people will not ever self-analyze the situation they're in. They'll blame everyone else. People think chess guys are nerds. Chess guys are psychopaths. Chess is the most ruthless game on the planet. And what chess will teach you is that if you lose, at some point you made a mistake. It doesn't matter if it's the smallest mistake. It doesn't matter if you just took too long to think to make the right move and you ran out of time on the clock. At some point you fucked up for you to lose that game. It's 100% accountability with no luck. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, you need to, as a man, adopt the mindset that absolutely everything that happens to you is completely and utterly your fault, whether it's good or bad. Most men don't have that. If they went to jail like I did, they'd say, they put me in jail because they're liars and the Matrix did it. But when I was in jail, I was like, how did I get here? What did I do? What did I say? What institutions want me in jail? What did I do that angered them? Me. I'm taking absolute self-accountability for everything. I'm not blaming anything else, because if I blame everything else, I have no control. If I blame myself, then I can influence it. I have control over it. When the Matrix was attacking me and they were destroying me, when they're calling up my exes trying to get fake charges on me and put me in jail, when they closed my bank accounts and I used $10, $11 million, when they banned me across all social medias and lie about me, when they harassed my family, I'm sitting there going, this is my fault. I'm not going, that was unfair. It was orchestrated. The NGOs worked against me. Because that is not helpful. So it's like 100% accountability in all things. But also when I go out there and I start the Bugatti, it's like, that's me. This is my fault. The car is my fault and the big house is my fault and everything that ever goes wrong is my fault.
And the failures.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to take complete and utter accountability for everything. You can't make excuses ever.
Take your harvest and all that comes your way with full responsibility. Complaining, I'm telling you, could ruin all of your chances. Complaining sometimes starts as an infection. If you don't take care of it, it becomes a disease. Reap your harvest without complaint. It's your crop, you sowed it. You were steady or you weren't steady. You did it or you didn't do it. Take responsibility when the harvest time finally comes and say, hey, it's my crop. Got to take responsibility for it. I do not complain. And then here's the next one. Do not apologize if you've done well.
So 75% of people blame other people or they blame other things. I lost my business because of COVID. No, you lost your business because of you. I lost my girl because her friends were hoes. No, you lost your girl because of you. And you lost your car because of you. And it's all your fault because that's the only thing that gives you control and power. It's interesting. I remember watching Forrest Gump. And the beginning of Forrest Gump has a scene in it, which I don't think many people actually have ever analyzed or anticipated or understood what the scene means. But when he's sitting on the bench at the beginning, and there's a feather. And then it lands on him and the movie begins. What they're saying with that is Forrest is the feather and life has just pushed him all over and put him in all these unusual scenarios. Life has directed him everywhere. And if you're going to be the guy and you're going to allow life to happen to you and you're not going to happen to life, then you're at mercy of the wind. Perhaps it might work out okay, but it might not. So you have to be the guy who goes, okay, the wind's blowing in this direction. I'm doing this. You have to come to life. You can't let life come to you, because if you let life come to you, then you're going to be living inside of a matrix and a system which is designed not for you to live your best life. It's designed for you to comply. So you have to go out there and take risks, and you have to make mistakes, and you have to risk it all. And once again, this comes down to competition. I think competition is such an important thing in the masculine world. I grew up in the chess world and I went into the fighting world. It was all extremely competitive. It's competition driven. You can't make excuses. If I sit here and say I lost a fight, cool, you lost a fight. But I lost a fight, but my gloves, when they were wrapped up, my hand was hurting, and then they
excuses.
Bro, you lost, G. Yeah. Like, no one gives a fuck. Yeah. Like, you have to understand that excuses don't matter. Nobody cares. Life's binary. Winners or losers. And you just have to take absolute responsibility for all of this. It's a laziness. It's an easy way out. It's a good excuse. And it also makes you feel better about yourself. Me and my brother have another thing we do. If either of us are ever complaining about anything, we say, we shut each other up by saying, do you want therapy? Because if you don't want therapy, what are you talking about it for? And the main reason people complain about things is to get a dopamine rush. I'm unhappy, but if I sit there and I complain about it and you give me a little bit of sympathy, I feel better. That's why they're complaining for dopamine. If someone comes to me and complains about something, the best thing I can do for them, because I'm a philanthropic, nice man, is tell them to get fucked. I don't care. Shut up. When your friend comes and goes, bro, and this girl, and I really miss her. Look, I understand, bro. She ain't coming back. She's fucking next guy. But this is why people complain. They complain to feel better. And then this ties into who your social circle is. Because there's a whole bunch of guys out there whose friends accept excuses. If your friends will allow you to make excuses, you're going to make excuses. If your family let you make excuses, you're going to make excuses. You're going to complain and feel better. You got to be around killers who don't accept that shit. If me and let's say me and 3 friends, there's 4 of us, and we all decide to do 10,000 push-ups a day, and all of us do them except one, there's no words inside the human language, there's no sentence he could possibly construct, no matter how compendious or concise or how intelligent the man is, that will allow us to forgive him for failing. Oh, but I was busy, We did them. You're a bitch. Shut up. We don't accept excuses. That is it.
Do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't?
It's over 10% into the year now. I wonder if anyone who made a New Year's resolution sits and says, it's over 10% into the year. Am I at 10% of my goal? Because your stupid ass said you were going to be a millionaire when you were drunk on New Year's Eve. Well, you need to have 100 grand saved. Do you have 100,000? Have you even done the feedback on your own goal you made 30 short days ago to realize that you're nowhere near it and you're not going to make it and you're a loser? Oh, I got the rest of the year, and then wonder why they fail. You should have a daily target. So you need to constantly feedback and analyze your life and take time out of scenarios. People don't feedback ever. Now, do I trust you? Because let's say we start a business together and it all goes wrong. Are you going to come to me and say, I made a mistake. I can do better. This is the mistake I made. Or you're going to sit and say, well, the environment was hard. It was a hard business environment. Some garbage and just cope. You know who the worst for this? Oh, I'm going to jail. Women. Women take no self-accountability for anything. I'm a misogynist. It's true. They don't take self-accountability for anything. And they don't because they don't have to. Because they are blessed with beauty from God. And their beauty allows them to get away with being completely lacking self-accountability, because as a man, you have to be competitive. And the only way you can truly be competitive in war, which life is to be self-accountable, to blame yourself for everything, because that puts you in the highest possible mind state to compete against everyone else who wants the things you want.
For sure.
So you have to, as a man, self-analyze and be self-critical. But as a woman, you don't, because you're hot, right? So they're not good at it. And I'm not insulting them. They're just not used to it, because they get to blame other people and blame everything else because their beauty allows them to get away with it. And that's the reason I said, my girlfriend said, would you ever let me drive your cars? I was like, never. She goes, why? I'm a good driver for a girl. And I said, yeah, and my 4-year-old's a good speaker for a 4-year-old, but I wouldn't put him in front of a stadium to talk. It doesn't matter how well you could drive for a girl. You're a girl. But that's not even the reason. If I let a man a car and he crashed it, he would come to me and say, there was a crash. This happened. I'll fix it. I'm sorry. Even if he believes it wasn't his fault, he would still, if he's the kind of guy I know, have enough self-accountability to go, this idiot pulled out of nowhere, but I was speeding. I'm going to fix the car. I'm going to get it sorted. I'm going to pay for it. If a woman crashes the car, that's not what you're going to hear. It wasn't my fault. You don't understand it. And I didn't do anything wrong. And he pulled out. And I'll be like, well, how are you going to fix it? I'm not going to fix it because he pulled out and I didn't know. Why are you yelling at me? This isn't my fault. And I'm left with a mess. So why am I letting her a car in the first place? I'm left with a mess. I'm just going to say it's not her fault. Anyone who's not self-accountable, I don't trust. You have to wake up and go, you know what? I'm responsible for my health, and I'm responsible for my finances, and I'm responsible for my family, and I'm responsible for the decisions I make, and I'm responsible for my work ethic, and I'm responsible for my motivation, and I'm going to win. That's all you have to do to be monumentally wealthy. And the reason it is so easy is because most people can't do that. So if you're a full-grown man, and you're watching this, you do not have the capability to take your entire family and move to Tokyo tomorrow. If you don't have that kind of finance or capability, you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and say, what the fuck does my love even mean? What kind of head of the family even am I? I can say I love my kids all day long. What does that even mean if I'm not going to finish work and take an extra hour out of my day to try something new? Your love means nothing if you don't try. I make all of this clear to people, and I say that money is a competency test. You simply need to want it. If you want it, you're going to get it. But you're not going to get anything in this life you do not want. If you want to get rich, I absolutely guarantee you will get rich. You have the entire world at your fingertips, and you're still not motivated, and you still don't care enough, and you're still not prepared to try something new. What is wrong with you where you cannot type on a keyboard to achieve all of your dreams? What is wrong with you where you cannot go to the gym and lift enough weights to be self-confident enough to get any woman that you desire? Do you want to lose? There's it's not a lack of motivation. It's you who have a personality fault. There is something wrong with you that is preventing you from being the man that you could be. And this is the beauty of life as a man. There's nothing better than blaming yourself for absolutely everything that's ever happened to you, waking up and realizing it was all your fault and you're the only one who can fix it. 99.9% of girl problems are your fault. It's not women are crazy because she doesn't respect you enough because you haven't done anything which is important or difficult enough to garner her respect. 100% your problem, and you must take responsibility and accountability for that exact thing. Life as a man is so brutally simple. You wake up and you blame yourself for everything. And you look in the mirror and you say, all of this shit is my fault. So how do I get it fixed?
You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You've never looked at yourself in the mirror and said, you let you down.
Can you get stronger in handling life situations? Of course. But you got to go to work on yourself. You can't blame out there wishing it was easier. Wish you were stronger.
And you need to get rid of them excuses. And you need to stop pointing fingers at people. And you need to start pointing fingers at yourself. What did you not do?
You're saying people look on social media and they get jealous and it demotivates them. That's because they decide to be demotivated by it. Do you know what happens when I get jealous of somebody? I fucking beat them. I will take it from them by hook or by crook. I love it. I wish someone could make me jealous. It's hard now. I got everything. I wish I could look at somebody and go, fucker, I'm going to beat you. And I don't think it's possible for anybody to stay in a scenario where they're truly uncomfortable. If you fall asleep on your arm and your arm really starts to hurt, even in the deepest sleep, you're going to wake up and move your arm. If you sit there and your life has been in a rut for 7 years, you are semi-comfortable in that rut. Sure, there's days you're pissed off, but there's also days where you just play video games, eat pizza, and you're kind of cool with it and it's no big deal. If you were truly unhappy and uncomfortable and discontent with your scenario, you wouldn't be in it. This is important, especially if you are at home and you're not yet as successful as you want to be. If you don't have your life in exactly the place you want it, if you still feel trapped, whether it's financially or some other way, you wake up and you must be dreaming of freedom. But when your eyes open after the disappointment, swallow the disappointment, take a minute and look around you and say, I deserve more than this. But then what's the important point? You must begin to work. I've never had a day off. Maybe I've had days where I've gone driving in the supercars and I've only done 2 hours work instead of 8 hours. I've never had a day where I thought, fuck it, I'm not going to work. Never once, ever. I do not miss a day of work ever. If I'm the most viral Googled man on the earth, it does not change a fucking thing. I am working. Earth must be conquered. The matrix must be attacked. Do not stop. I will not quit. I will not surrender. I am not that person. I have zero interest in rest or respite. It's bullshit for cowards. Even the idea of resting aggravates my mind. People say to me, if I had your money, Tate, I'd just go chill. That's why you'll never have my money, dummy. I don't even write down goals as such. I just do the right thing every single day and it compounds and it's momentum. I mean, sure, maybe goals are good. I don't know. Everyone has different methods, but I don't go in the gym going, I want to get this strong by this date. That I just go, I'll go to the gym and I just fucking train as hard as I possibly can. And the next day I just go in the gym and train as hard as I possibly can. I just do what I'm supposed to do. If you're the guy who does what you're supposed to do on time every fucking day and you don't quit, you don't give up and you just continue to do it, they'll give you what you want. I've never seen anyone fail that way. I've never seen anyone go, I really want it, so I'm going to go get it and then fail. I think that most people failing in life know very well they're failing. And it doesn't matter what avatar you decide to absorb or who you decide to be. You can decide to be it and you know true in your heart if you're giving 100% of your energy towards becoming it or not. It doesn't matter if you want to become a famous musician. Doesn't matter if you want to become a bodybuilder. Doesn't matter if you want to become a pro fighter. Doesn't matter what you want to be. You know in your heart if you're actually trying or not. And a lot of the people who are genuinely unhappy or miserable in their hearts know they're not trying that hard. Successful is all about self-definition, which is what I was saying at the beginning. You have to decide who you want to be. And if you wanted to be Joe Schmo and you pull it off, then you'll be a pretty happy, content person. Decide who you want to be. I think the people who are miserable, it's the gap between their expectations and their reality. That's where the misery lies. My expectations were always enormously high. Even when I was a nobody, I knew I had to be filthy rich and a kickboxer and basic things. At the age of 15, I knew that if I'm the kind of guy that if I raise my voice, people are going to care. I know I'm going to be the kind of guy who is genuinely a formidable opponent in all realms of human endeavor. I know I'm going to have money. Of course. But the people who are miserable are the people who don't try hard enough to obtain it, because I actually believe, and this is another thing I'll say, I believe the universe is very giving. I think the universe and God himself is very giving. I've yet to meet somebody in all my years who is genuinely giving 100% of themselves day after day, doesn't snake anyone, look you in the eye, doesn't lie to nobody, and tries 100% who doesn't get what they want. Every single person who doesn't have what they want, there's something in their story that doesn't quite add up. So if you're truly about it and you're truly trying your absolute best, you're going to do it. And that's what I believe. I believe the universe is extremely giving. So when I meet somebody and they go, I really wanted this and I don't have it, I say, you didn't really want it. You're a liar. Nobody gives a shit about you. You have to give a shit about yourself. It's down to you and you alone, because nobody else is waking up each day thinking of how they can get you to have more money and you to have a nicer life. They're too busy worried about themselves.
See, one of the things that we do with guilt, because it is such a heavy burden to carry. So what we do is we change the narrative of what happened to make the memory more palatable. And you have told yourself a lie so long that you can't be delivered because you can't admit the truth. See, the pain of living with those questions creates a false story. Well, I would have got there, but my daddy didn't raise me. I would have got there, but I don't know where I came from. I would have got there, but I flunked out of first grade. I would have got there, but I'm black. I would have got there, but these are things we tell ourselves to anesthetize the pain of the weight of I brought this on myself. You cannot help people in counseling who will not own what you did until you take responsibility for it, till you stop hiding from the guilt. See, because you're trying to tranquilize the guilt. You know why your daughter disrespected you. You know what she saw about you and the neighbor across the street and thought about, I ain't gonna let that girl disrespect me. She just lost her mind. I'm not thinking about them haters. I'm not a hater. I'm hurt because you beat me like a dog. That's not a hater. But you changed the story because the weight of the matter might mean you admitting my son is acting crazy because I wasn't a good father. And you're the only one who can fix it because you do know what's wrong with him. You know what the problem is. The weight of the guilt. You cannot heal it if you won't own it. Guilt that leads to a change of behavior is a powerful thing.